Hi, this is Ferre with TaxSaleSupport.com. I'm here with Swenson, and this is one of our Property Deal of the Week videos where we review different property deals that we've either been involved with or that we've seen and that we think are interesting and worth reviewing. And so we're going to do that today.
Yeah, this is probably one of the better properties we picked up last year. We ended up picking it up at the tax auction. As far as the property overall, it was built in 1977. The square feet is 1,700, but there's been some additions on the property as well. And one thing about this property is on a nice piece of land.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, yeah, we can see here it is more rural, but yeah, sitting on a nice piece of property that's been cleared, and it has a lot of things about it that are desirable. You can see the metal roofs and stuff that are there, and the landscaping around the property to show you that somebody was involved there with the property. Really very nice.
Yeah, definitely on a nice 5-acre parcel. As you can see, that the roof looks good. Overall, it was in great condition, and so these aren't the typical type of properties you can pick up at the tax sale. You're not always going to find homes in this type of condition that come up for the auction. But when they do, these can be great avenues and great properties to purchase. As far as the interior, it really is a beautiful home.
Yeah, yeah, it is a nice home. Yeah, really. I mean, all these images here from up when it sold, but you can see, the basically the 5-acre lot and kind of how it's laid out there. Where but it does give you quite a bit of space, quite a bit of usable space there. Oh, look at that. They actually have the road there named for it. That's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Overall in a nice area. So there's some nice kind of farm homes out in that area, and it's a little bit outside of the main city, kind of in the country. We ended up winning this property for 90 grand. It's worth about 300,000, and so we ended up bidding on it and winning it for about 30 cents on the dollar. Now that's actually a pretty good deal on this type of a property. We'd even be willing to go higher than that. I think we had this max set about 40 cents on the dollar as far as how much we were willing to bid on it based on the condition.
Yeah, which usually with properties, single family homes, most of the time we're probably going to fall. Our max bids will usually fall somewhere between 25% and 35 or 40%, around that range. And the reason for that is, just because first off, most of the properties, homes that go through a tax sale tend to usually be older. And so therefore, we have a more limited percentage. We're not going to usually pay a high percentage. Where we pay the highest percentages is on properties where we know that we're not going to need any real work on the property, or that for certain reasons, like for instance newer properties. The newer property is generally the less work it's going to require or need, and so we can tend to pay a little bit higher percentage of value to win the property. There's also generally more profit on the table with it, more potential profit anyway. And so um, those are all different reasons, that make it make more sense, to be willing to pay a little bit higher price in order to win some of these nicer properties.
Yeah, so even after $50,000 worth of repairs or estimated repairs, you still make around $160,000 off of this. So you do a couple of deals like that a year, that can provide a significant income for most of us. And so, that's really the power of real estate. That's the power of tax sale auctions. Now, you're not going to have properties like that you can pick up every time, but you can get a couple of home runs like that on some nicer properties a year that can really, make somebody's year, along with doing some of the smaller deals that you may have seen in some of our other videos.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are all kinds of tax sale properties, will end up in tax auctions, and we've seen everything from brand new homes, to commercial businesses, that you would never really expect as well. And so, just because property taxes, apply to everybody, everybody has the chance to potentially end up in a tax sale. So they're always interesting to pay attention to and to see what comes through.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, thanks for taking the time here to watch this video here, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so that you'll be aware when we put out new ones.
Yeah, for sure. And if you like what we do, check out our training website, taxsalesupport.com. That's going to give you access to all of our auction list, over the counter list, our weekly live webinars, all of our videos, all of our training books. So if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. It really is the best value in tax sale education.
You bet. Thanks so much. Good luck.